Video games. Every kid and a lot of adults play them. There's so many good video game characters we like. Of course, the most popular one is Mario from the Super Mario franchise. But right behind him is Sonic the Hedgehog. And he was the first ever video game character to be a balloon in the Macys Thanksgiving Day Parade. So let's talk about the Sonic the Hedgehog balloon in the Macys Thanksgiving Day Parade. Two of them. And this is for Super Plush Robin. Sonic made his first parade appearance as a balloon in 1993 to promote his new game, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, set to be released in February of 1994, with Sega of America as a sponsor. The design shows Sonic's original version, known as Classic Sonic, and it's just generic, as always. But however, on his debut, it did not go. Because right after he passed by Columbus Circle, his eye would be popped, and the lamppost and the balloon would land on a little girl and a police officer. Thankfully, they weren't hurt. And the balloon collapsed onto the ground and was unfortunately removed. Also, I heard that before the parade, the balloon sprung a leak, so it was probably already dangerous to fly. But however, here's the thing: when a giant balloon deflates before the parade can show him, they just reuse some footage. As for Sonic, since it was only his first appearance, they just showed his test flight footage on the TV broadcast and did commentary over that.
Love them Yankees. Hallelujah. Due to the heavy winds, they were showing you some of our balloons on videotape. We just wanted you to know that. It is a really windy day, and it could be a bit of a problem, so there.
Willard's been jumping all the way. Along comes Sonic the Hedgehog. Every kid knows this video game superstar with his bodacious blue spikes and red-hot sneakers. Furnished by Sega of America, the Hedgemeister's debut in the parade is already bigger than a sonic boom.
Hey, I must say, Katie, that Sonic the Hedgehog is looking as sharp as his 3 rows of spiky quills. I just wonder who gets to scratch his back.
Not me, Willard, but thanks for joining us, Sonic.
Would you scratch my back?
Not on your life.
All right, would you scratch the director's back? Fantastic.
Ronald McDonald fills the skies with Santa's sleigh just a few clouds away. Next on NBC.
But on Groundhog Day of 1994, the Sonic balloon was patched up and flown at the event to promote the release of Sonic 3. But we're now getting back to the parade with 1994, and Sonic flew perfectly fine this year. But not only did he fly fine for the first time, but he became the first balloon of the parade.
Is that jingle bells? I think I'm getting in the mood. Take a look, folks. Here's Sonic the Hedgehog. I just saw him up at 72nd Street, 77th and 72nd. Sponsored by Sega of America. Flies above us right now at 64 feet tall and 26 feet wide. Check out my friend.
Ooh, baby, he's a super hog with massive size, 21 feet.
You know something? I bet he could flatten a cement mixer with one dainty little step.
Hey, Willard, don't tempt him.
You know, kids love old Sonic because he's the hippest and coolest thing around. He's very determined. Look at his nose.
I like him. He's got a cute dude, sort of a punk-looking hedgehog, isn't he? But then again, I guess
I think
hedgehogs are punk.
There's a shot. I think he likes it. Mikey likes it. Isn't that great?
He ran into some trouble last year because the winds were so high, but we're glad to see he's doing well this year.
However, in 1995, it didn't really go well for him once again. well, he was inflating just fine, but right after, just like I think 20 minutes after he started to fly, his face got kind of deflated. But despite of his damages, he still continued on, but before being removed at Times Square. But what did they show for his broadcast again? Well, they just reused the old 1994 footage and commentated over that. Also, the Sonic balloon that year was also accompanied by a Sega Pico bus. If you don't know what the Sega Pico is, it's basically like a small little like tablet computer toy that Sega made and for it was a bunch of educational games. And I don't think anybody remembers it nowadays.
Comes the Pico Bus Brigade. I know this computer man, Sonic the Hedgehog. He can turn a few video heads, let me tell you. Sonic, furnished by Sega of America, is a very cool teenager with a spiky quill up and down his back.
Is that the new in thing, Willard? Spiky quills?
Remember Spiky Quills? Well, they are gang group. Maybe I'll try a couple of quills instead of hair next year.
It might work for you, Willard, but you better be able to move fast just like Sonic. He's named Sonic because his character can move faster than the speed of sound.
Hey, we asked the balloon captain, Elliot Tobias, just how big Sonic is. It would take 1,600 computer screens to fill his hedgehog frame.
Yowza, Sonic the Hedgehog balloon is second only to Garfield in how much helium he inhales.
And remember we said this is the anniversary of the discovery of helium 100 years ago. Macys is the second largest consumer of helium in the U.S. Who's the largest, Katie?
Let's see, Willard. Uncle Sam?
You son of a gun. Right on the money.
Frazier's, Kelsey Grammer, and more spectacular parade when Macys Thanksgiving Day Parade continues.
1996 wasn't special in the slightest. This year, Sonic flew perfectly fine. But there is a goof I noticed on the poster. Sonic's legs are colored peach, instead of his usual color being blue. But the hosts in this parade quite rarely played Sonic's attitude a lot.
If I had to guess, I would think you were a cheerleader in school.
What makes you say that, Willard?
I don't know where I am. I think I lost my place. Anyway, that's terrific, Katie. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I'll tell you, things are happening all over town.
And in any case, you know what, Willard? Everyone knows you can't have the big game without a pep rally, and stirring things up for 10 more UCA cheerleaders taking the rah-rah ride on the pep rally float. And this year's special parade is definitely something to cheer about.
Let's pick up that crowd.
He's faster than the speed of sound. That's why they call him Sonic 3D Blast. Deal with it. He is the coolest. But when it comes to video game characters, dude, he's the hottest. Sonic is provided by Sega of America Incorporated, dude.
Hey, dude. Hey, Katie, let me tell you something. He is one happening hedgehog. Dig the rows of spiky quills down his back. All boosted up for today's parade, did you say?
As if. I'd say he's rough and some serious dude.
Dude! Oh, that's your line. You lost me, Katie. I don't even know where we are.
To say our totally tall hedgehog high on helium would be an understatement. To bring his 64 by 26-foot frame to life, Sonic has fed nearly 19,000 cubic feet of helium, more than any other balloon in this parade.
However, in 1997, things didn't really go well. Since there were high winds all through the parade route, Sonic was one of the unlucky ones that got deflated. There's only a few pictures of him, but at Central Park, his head got torn in half, causing him to be retired after this parade, only making 5 appearances. And this balloon has the most accidents ever, along with the original Snoopy balloon. So, what did they use for his broadcast? Well, they used the 1994 footage once again.
This guy's also cool. He is way cool, although he's a bit deflated this morning because of the wind. But thanks to the wonders of videotape, he's still the dude with the tude. Classic. And this is no hype, dudes. It's Sonic the Hedgehog, furnished by Sega of America. He's way fast, the Chuck Yeager of the video set.
So you went by twice that time. You missed it. You got it. Eddie, you really get into this when you do this.
Whatever. He's the man, totally, and has his own rock band. Hang glides in summer and digs winter sports. At 64 feet high, Sonic's taller than a left snowboard.
Man, I dig those spiky quills down his back. Probably using a little sculpted gel. He's stylish.
As Sonic hangs a hard right onto 34th Street, the side is spectacular, and that's thanks to the 34th Street partnership.
Like I said, after 1997, the original Sonic balloon was retired, making a total of 5 appearances. Until 2011, where Sonic was brought back to celebrate his 20th anniversary as an all-new balloon. This time, he is now his modern version, known as Modern Sonic. And once again, it's generic. But not only was he the new balloon, one of them, but he got to be the first balloon, like 1994.
Banners, clowns galore, stilt walkers, music, confetti. Yes, this is the big parade feast with all the trimmings. But nobody, and I mean nobody, puts on a parade with the big balloons like Macys.
And don't blink or you'll miss Sonic the Hedgehog, the newly designed balloon version of Sega's speedy and wildly popular video game toy and TV character with the ability to run at supersonic speed. Sonic is streaking across the sky, announcing his 20th anniversary of Sega's release of a new video game called Sonic Generations.
Take a good look. This 350-pound inflatable boasts two 22-foot-long sneakers, which rockets Sonic down 34th Street toward his next adventure. And heading downtown and making their...
Next up was 2012.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the star of video games, television, and his own toy line, streaks through the sky. This high-flying, spiky speedster was the first video game character to ever appear in this parade.
Sonic has starred in over 70 video games since his debut on the Sega Genesis 21 hog wild years ago. Sonic's newest video game, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, is in stores now.
More music.
However, in 2013, since it was a windy parade that year, Sonic's arms got caught in some trees, but thankfully they were freed with no damages.
Again this year, Sega brings us Sonic the Hedgehog dashing through the morning air. This blue blur can run faster than the speed of sound and has the ability to curl up into a ball like you, Savannah, and mow down your enemies. Sonic was the first video game character to be featured in this parade.
Fans are now speeding to stores to capture Sega's latest video game called Sonic Lost World, which pits Sonic against the Deadly Six as he races inside, outside, and upside down using new moves and power-ups. Let's take a...
After the 2013 parade, he was retired. Until 2021, where Sega brought Sonic back to celebrate his 30th anniversary.
Celebrating his 30th anniversary, Sonic the Hedgehog remains one of the most loved and iconic video game characters of all time. The blue blur has blazed a successful entertainment trail not only across the video game landscape, but in TV, animation, consumer products, and his most recent blockbuster movie, Sonic the Hedgehog.
With a new animated series and movie sequel coming out next year, plus the launch of the Sonic Colors Ultimate video game this holiday season, Sonic is speeding into the future faster than ever.
After the 2021 parade, Sonic was officially retired, making a total of 4 appearances. Which, combined with the old balloon and new balloon, Sonic has made 9 appearances in the parade as a balloon. So, So now we're done with that blue blur. And this video was for Super Plush Robin. But our next character is the one that I will choose, and it's a leader of the club that is made for you and me.